Hello dear tip droppies. Welcome to this week's tip drop video. We will be doing a heart opener in this week's tip drop. What you will need for this is a set of 2 yoga blocks, or this could be rolled up towels, medium big, a yoga mat or towel or something on your floor, because we will be doing this heart opener. That's what we'll be doing today, on the floor in part, and optionally, but it's nice to try it, have some light weights or wrist weights or ankle weights if you want to make it a little bit heavier, or 2 water bottles. This also works to have in your hand. And this is kind of a funny effect. If you feel in any way safe, then your body, your nervous system feels protected and is more willing to open up ranges of motion. So if you ever feel stressed, it's almost not useful to do any deep stretching if you feel tense or stressed from the outside. So my advice, if you want to work on range of motion, give your body and mind safety first. If you give yourself safety first, then all the rest will become easier. And this can be in various ways. First, as I've been saying in the Q&A, hydrate yourself. See that you're not too hungry, not too thirsty, because that's a kind of stress for your body and thus also for your nervous system. Also, make sure you're not too cold or too hot, so layer up or layer down. If you want to stretch, you don't want to be stretching too cold, and you don't want to be in a heat stroke. So make sure you are comfortable as much as you can, and not too scary noises and not too much visual input. Give your senses a kind of break, and then any work you do to open up new ranges of motion or new movement patterns, change for your body, is also a kind of something it needs to feel safe for, to process, because it's all information. You want to give yourself a clear channel for this information, so you are able to adapt to it and use it. Hi Anita, hello. So if you want this area to free up, if you're kind of closed up here, one thing I would recommend is to check for any things you can do for yourself that make you feel emotionally safe first, because it's no use to try and force anything if you are feeling too stressed. So take care of you first. Be comfortable, be well fed, hydrated, and then everything else will become easier. And it applies for everything, not just for this exercise. Okay, then I had a question today in our boost classes. We are working on upper body this first month, and the exercise we will do is something we did to open up the shoulder range in order to have more freedom to breathe and to move. Hi Vanessa! What we will be adding on top of it is from the Q&A from today's boost session. So after class, there was a question about, is there anything you can do if this is open but here it feels closed? And actually there is something you can do, and all you need is your hands for that. So let's warm them up. We will be doing a combination of 2 things. So laying on the floor, opening the heart passively, but also actively using our fingers to free up this area. As you may know, your sternum is from here where the clavicles end. You have 2 parts running here, and your ribs from the back run all the way across and attach to it on the sides. There's a lot of lymph nodes around this, under this, and the muscles in between the ribs can get trigger point. They can get tight, and this means that you might get stuck like this or like this, that you're less mobile. Even though this is a bone, the ribs have to have a little bit of movement around it so you can breathe and go in and out and sideways. If not, this can feel very blocked and it can be hard to breathe sometimes. I had a rib that sometimes pops out here, and whenever it's not in place, I get locked up. So it hasn't happened for a long time, thankfully, but I have a method, something to do with your hands that can free it up, and then you sleep on it or do the other exercise that we'll do, and it might be enough to give you some space. So what you do is, first you rub the sternum itself. You try to find it. You can use your knuckles, but if that is too sore, too painful, just use your fingers. And the connective tissue running across it, you want to give it a bit of movement. Just doing that. You can also use the claw. Just doing that also makes your lymph flow, as I've talked about in our Q&A. I've been doing video question answer sessions, 1 hour each in my different groups. I will put them all on YouTube and add them to today's Tip Rub email. Then you can check out what I've been talking about. It's about dreams, creativity, how I got out of pain, as well as what I do for cross training and what I recommend. So as you can see, a lot going on here. The circulation will start going, so that's one thing you can try. Just rubbing your sternum and then moving your arms. This can change how your posture is, because any tightness here might pull you in place. So see how that feels. Then we'll go a bit more in detail. As you can see, my clavicles, I'll do like this so you can see them, running from the shoulder bone to the sternum. If you move it, you will see it. There, right under this, that can be a spot where the muscles get kind of sore. So you just find the edge, kind of poke it. If it is sore, you might need this. You gently rub, so don't push it too hard, just gently rub it. Or you can go across the other side and then you move the arm. And if that feels kind of painful, like a deep massage, then this is what we're doing actually. We're giving ourselves deep tissue massage on the other side, but actively. You find the spot under the bone in this corner, maybe 1 or 2 fingers, and then you move the shoulder. Because the clavicles also need to be able to move freely. And then you can breathe more freely. Okay, hopefully this helps. Then we get to the good part. Your ribs all connect to the sternum in the same way. So you have to walk down, find the dents between the ribs, and just feel how it feels. Yes? If any of those parts feel sore, for me, this one usually, you rub it. It's between the ribs, or you can go across like we did, and then you move your shoulder and your elbow again. Ooh, and if you feel a spot where something happens, hi Lisa, we're releasing our sternum today. Good morning. So find your sternum, feel where the ribs and then in between the ribs, if there's any sore spots, just put a finger in there, breathe, and then move your elbow, and you will know if that's something beneficial for you. And this way you just work your way through that whenever you need. Okay, and then you move again. Second part to try, and you can use your thumb on the same side depending on your flexibility, or fingers on the opposite side. This is also, the ribs run across like that, but there's other muscle layers going on top, and wherever muscle layers cross, connective tissue can get a bit blocked, or you can get trigger points also there. To release them, same method. You just feel your way. If anything feels sore, you rest there. You breathe into it. Don't press too hard. You don't want to stress yourself out because it's painful. Just enough to feel it. And once you feel it, you move. You move the rib cage, you move the shoulder. And that works magic. You don't have to do much. Just that. A couple times a day if it feels very sore, and you work your way down or up, front or back. Same thing on the other side, or you use your thumb if that's more comfortable. You breathe, you move. If you want to move this arm, then you switch hands. Find any spots that are sore. And this I sometimes do combined with my meditation session, what I talked about in the Q&A of this week, which I will be sending to you. I'm putting them on YouTube so they have subtitles, because it was long talks. I did 3 talks of 1 hour each. One about how I got out of pain, one about dreams and meditation and journaling, and one about cross training. So you'll get all of those. Okay, so now that you've found and hopefully released a bit sore spots, between this and this point, the muscles run in lines. And it's good, especially as a woman, to also massage these lines. So you might have to go across, under and over your boobs, and that's something that can get really sore. So just move carefully. You can use it with the side of your hand. This does never get a massage if you go to a massage salon, obviously. So you'll have to do it yourself. And if it feels good, you just do it. Because those muscles, if you free them up, can give you a lot of freedom for movement. So you can do this standing like I just did, but you can do the same while you're laying on the floor and opening your heart passively. So that's my second. I'm doing 2 tip drops at once. This was the original plan, the other one was bonus. So what we will do is we will use our yoga blocks or 2 rolled up towels, not too big. Don't make them higher than this. And you will prop yourself up. One block or towel will go like this, between the shoulder blades and boosting the rib cage a bit. So the shoulders can hang off it. We'll be lying on the floor like this, on top of it. And you can choose how high or low you want it. The other one is to support your head. If you have a bit of forward posture or if you've been at the computer for a long time, you put the block like this. If you're more like here, you can put the block flat, just so whatever's comfortable. If you're in between, you put a small little towel on top. So here, or a little towel, depending on what feels comfortable. You're supposed to be not stressed when you're doing that. Yes. Not many massage salons do it. Thai massage sometimes, but they have to, of course, know you and trust you. But you can do it yourself. It's free because massage can be expensive. It's good to have some techniques that you can do yourself. In any case, if you start with the sternum, that already frees up a lot of gunk from your lymph. Anyway, so you can set up your little resting station. And you shuffle them around as you need. What else we need? Optionally, 2 water bottles or 2 wrist weights or ankle weights or 2 normal hand weights. We will put them in our hands because it gives you a sense of safety as if someone's holding your hand. That's something I discovered by accident, by the way. Optionally, more stuff. Let me grab more things. Optionally, you add more rolled up towels or more blocks to bolster your legs, because we'll be lying in a kind of butterfly pose. And for those of us like me who don't have 180 degrees turnout naturally, it's a lot more comfortable if you put something under it, because you don't want to stress any part of your body. You want to bolster it as it is in order to give it release. Yes, okay? okay. So I'll put it one here, one here. I'm making a stick figure for myself, and let's go. I'm coming down. Let me see if I'm in frame. Welcome, by the way. Hello, my tip droppies. Oh, before I come down and forget everything I want to say, tomorrow we will have a cross-training workshop for dancers with a guest teacher in Online for Children. That's my Do Good channel, where teachers donate Facebook live classes for free that people can join in this group for free, and then later, if they want, they can buy the recordings or get a Move Pass, as some of you already have, and then you can enjoy the videos forever. And you'll be supporting a very good cause, helping children in vulnerable situations. So if you're into that and you're not in the Online for Children group yet, let me know and I'll tell you how to get access, because we will be doing strength training, kettlebell training basics. So even if you're not used to it, or even if you're using a normal regular weight, it's good to have these techniques to help yourself, because in Boost we're using strength and release combined to maintain your body and give yourself more opportunities to move. And Dennis is a very good teacher. So I want to say that so you have heard it from me directly, because otherwise I might forget. Okay. So that's tomorrow, Saturday, if you see this on time, this tip drop. You are all very welcome to join us. All the future classes, Facebook Lives, will be for free in that group. Next month we will have shimmies with Yalia. Okay, now I've said everything. You put yourself down, kind of arranging, and if your legs are a bit tight, you can have the block up or add towels. The closer to the hips, the more support this will give you, so it really depends on you, adapted to you. So, like this. I don't have a lot of natural turnout, but that's okay. It gets better when I train it. My block, I'm shifting it down a bit to my bottom ribs. because that's where it's comfortable for me. This block will be upright because I have a long neck and I don't want it to hang down. So I'll just have it like this. Voila, it takes a bit of setting up, but once you're here, trust me, you will not want to get up again. It's so comfortable. You can add a blanket and just hang out here for 24 minutes. Do your meditation session like that and lengthen out your legs at will. You can have your legs however you want, but I like to have a bit of passive opening. We'll also do some stuff for the hips next month. Now adding the hands. I have these hand weights. These can be just water bottles, anything with a bit of weight. And I put my arms either up or side or diagonally down. And it's like someone's holding my hand. And like this, you just let gravity do the work. You can move your eyes like last week. Take some deep breath. You can close your eyes and move them. And see if anything, this for me, for some reason in this position helps my hips, especially my right hip, to relax a bit. You can bring your feet in, or you can have your feet out. Doesn't matter. You can have your hands a bit wider if that feels comfortable. And just look for which position feels nice for your shoulders, and you'll notice that you start breathing a bit more deeply. If your sternum is a bit blocked still, let go of the bottles or weights for a moment, and then you start doing the walking of the sternum, the rubbing of the sternum, and the rib, between the ribs, searching for trigger points, and then moving. And this I often do if I notice I'm a bit locked up, and before I want to do any prop work, it really opens up the shoulders, especially the top ribs. So I'm just finding my way between my ribs, inner to outer, and wherever I feel a bit sore, I breathe, I keep a bit of pressure, I move this finger. Shiatsu works the same. It's a kind of do-it-yourself shiatsu. And then I move my arm. So that will get my pectoralis major and minor opened up, because it can get kind of clogged. Other side the same. You will not see it, but I'm doing the same. Finding the area between my ribs from my sternum, then I have my starting point, and I simply walk out finger by finger, and wherever I feel it, I kind of gently rub. And you can take your time for this. You can take half an hour and go for all the ribs, and even the lower ribs in this position feel kind of nice. Go here. I can lie here forever, but I don't want to make the tip drop too long. So that's the idea. You stay here for as long as you wish. If you want to come out, move your arms a bit first. Move your legs a bit first. Get some circulation going. Then scoot this away, and you roll to one side carefully, because you might get dizzy if you've been lying like this for a long time. Side first. If that feels okay, you can use the top arm and the lower arm to walk yourself up. You sit here for a moment and you can move your shoulders, move your rib cage, move your arms, and then you get up. Because if you get up at once, you might get dizzy. The scooting stuff out of the way. You get up, you breathe deeply. Yes, I know, Karen. My voice always gets lower after these tip drops. And it's a great way to end the week. If you see this via email, it's a great way to close the work week also, and give yourself a little break so you have a different weekend. Okay, after this, walk around. Funny enough, you might feel this in your feet because it's all connected. If your rib cage is more centered, which hopefully will, it gives yourself a different gravity feeling, and that translates down. So wherever you start, up or down, at the feet or at the top, it's all beneficial in all directions. It will help you rebalance, recenter in a nice way. Okay, I think that's it for this week's tip drop. You will get this one in your mailbox today. It'll be a bit later tonight because I'm taking a class from Ilan Riviere. He's a beautiful mover. It's an intensive of 3 days called Neo. I will link to it. And he moves so smoothly and fluidly and organically that I think it might be interesting for me to try this, because I haven't been taking many classes. I've been teaching a lot, and I need some refreshing input, and I'm feeling body-wise okay these days because I'm teaching Boost again, and it's doing me good. So we'll see what comes out. Probably I'll be over-inspired again after this weekend. Thank you, Anita. And also to my Boosties, thank you very much for completing month 1 with me. Next month, Monday, we start with hips, and that will be interesting. So the tip drops starting next week will be more about the lower body. We've been working our way down. If you want to get strong after all this relaxation, you're very, very welcome to join our Online for Children Solidarity Facebook group. All you need to do to get forever access is to follow Dance for Children via, let me type it here, I can now, I figured out thanks to Johanna how to do this. It's www.gumroad.com/D4C. And if you go there, there's a follow thing. If you follow it, you might already be following, you will see it. And then in your email, you get a confirm your subscription. It might be in your spam. If you click that, we will have you in our follow list, and you'll get the updates of our free Facebook Live classes, and you will get access to our Facebook group. It's facebook.com/groups/online for children. And there, tomorrow, we will have Kettlebell Basics with Dennis, Johanna's partner. And next month, in 4 weeks, I think, we will have Shimmies with Yalia. And then in the months coming after that, we will have more free Facebook Lives with guest teachers, cross-training dance or belly dance. It's very exciting, and it's all for a good cause. So, thanks. Yes, it was so relaxing. I'm feeling nice and chill now, so I will be seeing you soon. Also, there's a giveaway for Online for Children. If you see this on Friday, it's until this weekend. Hop on over to instagram.com/online for children, and you can win a kettlebell video, a different one than the one from this weekend, in case you're interested and want to do more kettlebell training at home. So yes, I'll see you guys soon. Have a great weekend. Maybe see you tomorrow, maybe next week. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.